That was too close. However, I prefer close to the alternative. If that bomb had gone off, well, let us just say, those of us left would all be learning how to speak Russian about now. Luckily, that is not the case. You and your team have foiled Stalin at every turn. And this was the coup de grace. The information obtained by your soldiers indicates those missiles was the only one Stalin had ready to launch. Was the atomic threat lifted? The time is right to launch our strike on the USSR. Your job is to clear the St. Petersburg area so that our ships can offer naval support to ground forces moving towards Moscow. Start by destroying the Soviet command center here. Once they are cut off from communications with Moscow, clear the naval passage so our ships can move up the river.
Alright, so we're going to be launching a naval strike from the harbor that we reclaimed in the previous episode. And our job in this mission is to clear the naval channel so that the ships can get up the river. We have 2 hours to do so, so we got a lot of time to complete this mission. We're given 2 MCVs. I believe the intent of the mission designer is that we deploy one of the MCVs on the other side of the river, and there's an enemy base over on the other side of the river which won't become active and start building until we cross the river. And so I think that the mission designer had in mind that you would fight a big battle on this side of the river, clear it out, transport your MCV to the other side of the river, build a base there, and then have a second base versus base battle on the other bank. However, we're not going to do that. Because the enemy base on the eastern bank doesn't become active until you enter that zone, we're just going to wait until we have overwhelming forces and then obliterate the skeleton of an enemy base all in one fell swoop. Which means this second MCV is not going to be of a huge amount of use to us. We might... I guess I'll deploy it to improve the production speed of my structures. And then once that no longer matters, I'll sell it for 1,250 credits. But as long as we have it active, we will build our structures much faster now, so I probably should have deployed it immediately. Yeah, look at how much faster that builds. Also, we are loaded. We get so much money for this mission, it's insane. It's going to help make this mission a lot easier. That combined with the fairly substantial starting forces, which should be plenty to defend ourselves against initial attacks. That said, we've seen multiple times now how airdrop happy the Soviet army is. As I was just saying, so we should probably start preparing for that. Let's start cranking out some rocket soldiers too. They'll help shoot them down.
Construction complete. Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Training.
I'm actually going to go straight for a radar dome so I can start peppering AA around my base.
Reporting affirmative.
Training. Construction complete. Unit ready. Construction options.
Alright, yep. Come on, shoot him down, shoot him down. Well, you did shoot him down, but you let him get my artillery, so I'm a little disappointed, guys. I was hoping for better.
Training. Unit ready. Training. Unit
Yes, sir.
ready.
At once.
Alright, let's go for War Factory next. We are probably going to want a naval yard at some point. Let's scatter out just a little bit.
Reporting.
And you can be a scout.
Affirmative.
Some kind of low-key atmospheric music playing right now.
Construction options. Building.
But it's about to get funky. Yep, the funk has kicked in. Gonna go ahead and build a tech center so that we can begin construction of the spy satellite. Okay, you guys are doing great shooting down those airstrikes. Oh, good lord.
Yes, sir.
Kill this guy.
Acknowledged.
Time to start putting up those AA guns.
Unit ready. Building. Construction complete. On hold. Cancel.
It's weird how AA guns take so much power. I mean, those things look manually operated. It makes no sense whatsoever.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Construction complete.
Should be the SAM sites that take up power. Pretty sure I already complained about that.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Construction complete.
Whoa, okay, that's Paramammoth.
Affirmative.
Keep moving, dude. Why? I click everywhere and he doesn't move.
Acknowledged.
Little dope.
Acknowledged.
Kind of got your butt kicked thanks to that, and it was your own fault.
Unit ready. Building.
Let's start working on another war truck.
Construction complete.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Building. On
Actually, it
hold.
looks like
Cancel.
be low power after we build another one.
Affirmative.
How do they take up so much power? It's insane.
Construction complete. Building. Construction complete. Unit
It's futile. Okay,
Awaiting
you
order.
get this little bit of ore here.
construction complete.
And maybe some pillboxes to deal with paradrops.
Building.
It is so expensive fortifying your base against Soviet air attacks, and I don't know how much it even helps.
Reporting. Reporting. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Waiting orders. Affirmative.
Okay, one here, I guess.
Building. Unit ready. Construction complete. Building.
Then maybe one here. I think that'll do. And let's get another ore refinery up.
Building.
At least if yaks are strafing my ore trucks are heavily armored, and yaks do basically no damage to heavily armored things.
Building.
So that's going to be nothing more than a nuisance. It's not going to be a real threat.
Affirmative. Yes,
Construction
sir.
complete.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Okay. Good. Should be pulling in quite the economy now.
Base is under attack.
Oh, good lord. Fine, I'll put a pillbox there too. He's going to kill all my rocket soldiers, isn't he? Nope, he came in range of the artillery.
Building. Unit ready. Construction complete.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Building.
It drives me up the wall. I really hate the mechanic where the pilots bail out of their destroyed aircraft. Just makes it that much harder to defend against air units. It already costs a fortune putting the AA guns everywhere and powering them.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Building.
Very well. Agreed. Agreed.
I don't see any dogs. I wonder if we can try some spy shenanigans just for fun.
At once. Yes, sir.
Hey Mammoths, how you doing?
Ready.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Beautiful winter day, wouldn't you say?
Unit ready.
A little cold though.
Order acknowledged. Vehicle reporting. Yes, sir. At once. Agreed.
Oh, I think our satellite just launched. You can tell when your sidebar resets.
Unit ready.
Usually indicates the satellite launch. Yep.
At once.
There's the skeleton base that will become active once we enter this zone. So we'll just blow it up and not engage in a base building battle with it. Alright. Well, it looks like it's about time for us to seize control of the front door of the enemy's base, so that they'll stop coming out and attacking our harvesters. There's the service depot. Why is it at the bottom?
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Building. Construction complete. Construction options.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Now, the two variants of this mission truly are almost identical. So it's true for most of the missions, as I've said, that it would be kind of redundant to do both variants, but it's super true for this one. The differences between the two variants are minute. That said, I did pick this variant intentionally because I just think the map is built to look more interesting. The map looks a lot more plain in the other variant of this mission, even though the layout is almost identical.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Yes, sir.
In particular, this island looks way cooler in this version than it does in the
Yes, sir.
other variant of the mission.
Reporting.
And this whole area below the enemy base, I think it's basically just a giant white space, more or less, with almost featureless in the other variant, if I remember right.
Reporting.
I think in order to deal with this and this and this, I'm just going to rely on mass helicopters instead of relying on the clunky naval combat.
Affirmative.
Oh, I'm going to have to destroy the enemy submarines, though, so I don't think I'm going to be able to avoid naval combat entirely. Oh well, I'll build helicopters anyway. I don't think we've used helicopters in any missions yet, have we? So
Construction complete.
it'll be a new thing to do.
Repair.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Repair. Construction
I'm
options.
going to start edging my way toward the water so that I can
Building.
build a naval yard out there. By the way, I mentioned previously how some of the maps mistakenly use brown as a Soviet color when it counts as an Allied color, so they'll count as Allied casualties. This is one of those maps. So on the score screen, expect it to say that the Allies lost a lot of buildings, because every one of those destroyed brown buildings is going to count toward our casualties due to a bug.
Unit lost.
Alright, I built a spy.
Yes, sir.
I guess he's kind of redundant now that I can see the entire map.
Indeed.
He won't even enter the sub pen so that I can get the sonar. That's lame. I thought that was a thing.
Building.
Fine, enter the war factory, whatever. Why did I build you? Your life is meaningless.
Vehicle reporting. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Construction complete.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Vehicle reporting.
Building.
It's a pretty well defended base, but we're getting to the point where we can assault it, I think.
Building.
We're getting there. Mammoth, V2, Heavy, 2 Teslas, 2 Flame Towers, quite a few infantry.
Unit lost.
Oh, they had a dog anyway. So, bye, Sean. Mr. Connery dies again.
Awaiting orders.
Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Construction.
It is useful getting the highly increased structure build speed from having 2 construction yards.
Building.
Yes, sir.
You know what? Let's attack.
Affirmative.
Whoa, leave my helicopter alone.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Construction complete.
Awaiting orders. Acknowledged. Reporting.
Looks like I'm going to want some more AA guns.
Unit lost.
Where the heck are they? There they are.
Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Construction complete. Cannot deploy here. Building.
Alright, let's launch our assault. Enough delay.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Construction.
Just punch through the concrete walls and then take out the Teslas.
Unit
There we go.
Reporting. Acknowledged.
building.
Vehicle report. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Construction complete.
Acknowledged.
Alright, let's get their construction yard. Well, maybe the V2s. Glass cannons gotta go. Now get their construction yard. I'm sure our base is under attack. No, whatever it was, looks like it's been dealt with already. Let's start on a naval yard. Alright, war factory down. Let's get their airfields next. Alright, is this going to come under immediate submarine attack? I bet it is. Okay, there's a submarine right there. Alright, we'll deal with that in a moment. That's a cheesy way to scan for submarines, but it works. Actually, let me build some silos so I can save up some money to build a ton of ships once we're able to get our naval yard out. Oh man, excuse me. Explosive sneeze. Sorry about that. It just came so suddenly that there was no chance to mute. Well, one more airfield to go. Okay, now. Okay, where's that sub? Right there. Wonder if I can target it with my helicopters. One more time. Can I have them force fire on that space? Nice! They are getting dangerously close to that SAM site. Alright, well, we can easily finish it off. Oh, right, the Tesla coil. That wasn't very smart. Fine, I'll put my naval yard down there. I might have to crawl over there a little bit. Yeah, whole silo crawl, whatever. Alright, listening to that is going to get annoying. Let's finish it off. They won't attack it, will they? God dang it. Hopefully that's close enough it'll let me build a naval yard there. Looks like I still don't have enough AA guns. Seriously, the Soviet airstrikes are so freaking obnoxious, it's unreal. Costs such a fortune in anti-aircraft to be able to deal with them. Okay, naval yard is here. How is that still not close enough? That's ridiculous. Good lord. I have to be right up on the edge. Actually, can I build... I cannot build thieves, but if I capture these, will I get money? Does that work? I'll try it. Obviously that worked in the original CMC.
Unit ready. Building. Construction complete.
Here's my engineer. Let's get this down into the red. Okay, good enough. Can I please build in the water now? Everybody, lazy sods. Alright, let's get their sub-pen.
sir.
Oh, I got some money from that. Alright, now let's destroy the silos and the west bank will be fully secured.
Waiting order. Yes, sir.
Oh, nice. And that reveals their submarines. Hey, my helicopters can destroy them now.
Affirmative.
I might not need a naval yard at all then. That's great.
Our base is under attack.
I still can't even shoot them all down before they get off their missiles. It's so ridiculous. Ah, this is glorious. I'm not even going to need a navy.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Cancel.
Let's just build more helicopters then.
Building.
Yes, sir.
So, about the SAM sites. While in Command and Conquer, the SAM sites have a major flaw, which is the fact that they need to pop up out of the ground before they fire, means that very often, by the time they fire their missiles, whatever aircraft they're shooting at have pretty much already done their attack run anyway. Or, like, if it's a Chinook, it's already landed or whatever.
Acknowledged.
So, in that respect,
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
they're not very good. However, from a
Repair.
perspective of both how it quote-unquote feels, you know, the aesthetics, and also gameplay-wise, I much prefer how the Command and Conquer SAM sites shoot at a much lower rate of fire but do a lot more damage with every shot.
Waiting order.
I just like that a lot better in pretty much every way. Versus the Red Alert SAM sites that have a very high rate of fire but don't do much damage per hit. And their sound effect is incredibly stupid. I hate the Red Alert SAM site sound effect. It's so cartoony, it's ridiculous. I don't think the Command and Conquer SAM sites make a sound at all when they fire, but honestly that is preferable to this ridiculous noise that these SAM sites make. We're going to lose some choppers, but that's fine. We can replace them.
Yes, sir.
Oh wow, that's a lot of damage.
Yes, sir.
Start getting these guys repaired.
Primary building selected.
Replace the ones that got shot down.
Building.
This base is still sleeping. It will be until we enter this zone, which we're just going to do a bombing run on their construction yard, and that will be that.
Unit repaired.
Yes, sir.
Primary building selected. Building.
In order to guarantee that a newly built helicopter spawns on its helipad and doesn't fly off from the side of the map, you have to select the helipad you want it to appear on as primary and make sure it's unoccupied. Otherwise, the helicopter you order might fly from off map and do something stupid like spawn over enemy anti-aircraft and get shot down or some nonsense. That I am so freaking tired of that. Fine, yet another AA gun. Someday we'll have enough that it'll shoot down their airstrikes before they get to attack.
Complete. Repair.
Vehicle reporting. Yes, sir. Vehicle reporting. Waiting order.
We might not need all these AA guns anymore. They don't really seem to care about targeting any of this stuff now.
Sold. Repair. Structure sold. Building.
Yes, sir.
Unit repaired.
Alright, let's wipe out this one remaining SAM site on this island, which is sneakily hiding behind this tree. Oh, there's two of them left, actually.
Unit lost.
There we go. This is still more efficient than trying to blast our way past that many submarines with a fleet.
Vehicle reporting.
Even with these heavy losses on our choppers.
Primary building selected. Building. Unit ready. Primary building selected. Building.
Okay, it doesn't look like anybody really needs repairs. I think all the anti-air on the central island has been destroyed. But yeah, this central island looks really cool between the destroyed bridge and all the trees, and the map designer just really put some effort into making the terrain look nice in this map. On the other variant of this mission, it's much plainer looking. Other than that, the missions are basically identical. So that's why I very deliberately chose to do this variant. Alright, well, let's start our anti-submarine operations. Or I guess continue them, to be more accurate. Clear the naval passage for the fleet that's going to be coming through
Yes, sir.
from the reclaimed harbor. You know what? Let's just build even more helicopters. Why not? No reason to hold back. Look at all this money we've got.
Building.
And actually, let's destroy this construction yard. Oh, they have a bunch of SAM sites up here. Okay, fine. We'll start destroying these SAM sites. We have to get all this stuff. Let's up the game speed a bit.
Construction complete.
Yes, sir.
There we go.
Unit lost.
Even then it got its attack off. That is becoming beyond ridiculous.
Yes, sir.
Construction complete.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Just what does it take?
Cannot deploy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Primary building selected. Building.
Yes, sir.
Unit ready.
We still have over an hour, so we're not hurting for time. We're ahead of schedule.
Unit repaired.
Reporting. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Awaiting orders.
Repairing.
Yes, sir.
You know, I think we could have multiple service depots to repair multiple helicopters at a time. That would expedite things.
Affirmative.
Construction complete. Repairing.
Awaiting orders.
Alright, get in there, wipe out some more SAM sites.
Affirmative. Yes, sir.
These, sadly, as I said, all count as allied buildings destroyed. Okay, I think all the enemy's anti-air is destroyed, so now we can just go nuts. Wipe out everything on the map with our
Building.
helicopter fleet.
Base is under attack.
Did they still get off an attack? I give up. I give up. It's so ridiculous.
Building.
Reporting. Yes, sir.
The fact that they continuously fly in from off the map, too. They don't even have to build them or anything.
Construction complete.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Ah, this is glorious. The submarines can't fight back at all.
Yes, sir.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Building. Construction complete.
Die.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
I mean, obviously, we could also just build a big fleet and
Affirmative.
use gunboats and destroyers and their depth charges to destroy all these submarines, but man, we'd be taking so many casualties. And the naval combat in this game is just so clunky and awkward feeling. This is way better. They can't even fight back.
Acknowledged.
Construction
Alright.
complete.
Acknowledged.
I think in the original version of the game, the submarines did not surface when you destroyed all the enemies on the western bank. So you had no choice but to suss them out by building naval forces. Really obnoxious having to do that. Oddly, you can see some enemy submarines off the top of the map there. That's kind of weird mapping error. I really don't think those are supposed to be there. It's very strange.
Acknowledged.
Oh, there's one sub left here. Let's take it out.
Construction complete.
Vehicle report.
Then wipe out what remains of this base. Which is basically nothing. Heh, never even got a chance to build up.
Vehicle report.
Base is under attack.
They're destroying the AA guns. Whatever. I don't even care anymore. This is starting to take long enough with the choppers that I'm almost tempted to just do a landing force, but nah. They'll get it done eventually. They're terrible at killing infantry, though. This cleanup phase here would be easier with Heinz.
Building.
Vehicle reporting. Reporting.
Construction complete.
Yes, sir.
How is the ore situation anyway? There's still a little bit at the extreme north, but we've mostly emptied the western bank of ore. Let's get the technician. Evil technicians must die. Get wrecked. Even his fancy technician dodging moves couldn't save him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know you've got a lot of longbows when they can actually kill multiple infantry with a single bombing run. Alright, let's get the infantry on this island in the middle. Oh, there's a Tesla coil remaining, hiding behind that tree.
Yes, sir.
Not anymore.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Oh my god, we actually ran out of time. And I didn't even see that Tesla coil. Holy crap.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Wow, that was insane. Sneaky Tesla coil. Fortunately, the vanguard of the fleet took the hits. This is what we're really clearing the way for, the cruisers. Wow, I don't think I've ever played this mission and actually had the fleet show up due to running out of time. That's crazy. But, nonetheless, that's a victory for us as soon as they all leave the map. We were just taking forever with the mop-up phase because I was just being cute and doing it entirely with longbows because I was feeling lazy. Okay, cruisers are real slow, so crank it up to max speed. You can do it, guys. Ships aren't necessarily slow just because they're large in real life. It all depends on the ratio of the power of your engines versus the size of your vessel. Large ships can actually be very fast if they have a big enough engine. Yet again, we see the video of the cruisers shelling the Soviet base. That appears to be a favorite of Westwood's. They show it so much. Although this time we got an extended version where we at least saw a lock-on sequence beforehand. All right, so in the original campaign, the invasion of Russia has begun, obviously. Strangely, there's really only 2 missions left. Maybe 3 if you count the next mission and then the follow-up underground mission as 2 separate missions. Which feels like really thin gruel for the big invasion of the USSR. I mean, Russia is huge. You would think that it would take a larger number of missions to actually execute the invasion of the Soviet Union and the Allies' big dramatic counterattack after the Soviet Union had nearly overrun Europe. So in the OG campaign, it's pretty strange how few missions there are to express this big offensive operation. The Counterstrike expansion added a 3-mission sub-campaign, the Siberian Conflict, to flesh out the Allied invasion of the Soviet Union. We are now going to embark upon that little side campaign. So 3 missions, the last 3 Allied Counterstrike missions, for the Siberian Conflict, and that's going to help the invasion of the USSR feel a lot meatier than it did in the original campaign. And this is the last of the Allied expansion missions that very explicitly take place at a particular point in the storyline. So sometimes I just drop in expansion missions where I feel like they make sense. This time, these missions, much like the Fall of Greece missions, were explicitly designed to be inserted into the story at this point. So that's what we're going to start doing in the next episode. Hopefully you'll join me for that, and I'll see you then.